we have got the main man all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, Mr. Gary Chapman, singer-songwriter with us this morning. How are you, brother?
I'm good. I'm fired up.
You sound better.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, you sound better.
Oh, I'm better.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm much better.
There
much,
you go.
Much better. Yes,
we got Pat Malone with us.
I'm here.
Good deal. Yeah, the master of the minds all meet together, and then there's Pat Malone. So anyway, it's going to be a good day. Hey, I'm starting to worry about this election. I'll be honest with you. I don't, Kamala or however you say her name, she's gaining support in a big way. And yeah, we've got a group. We've got like 5 different groups that's come out in support of her. We got the shoplifters for Harris. We got drug traffickers for Harris, illegal aliens for Harris, gang members for Harris, and the socialists for Harris. So I don't know, man.
And worst of all, Harry's for Harris.
This could be a game changer. What do you think?
I think Trump is up with Hispanics. He was 32% in 2020. He's 41 now.
Right.
He's up with the black vote. He was 9 in 2020. He's 17 now. With men, he was 44. He's 54. With women, he was 37. He's 44. With seniors, he was 45. He's 57. It's an absolute landslide.
Oh, you heard it.
Any kind of fairness.
You heard it.
But Kamala's up with the foghorn leghorn population. I said, why'd you hit me in the head with a rolling pin?
Because she's a root candidate.
Well, that depends on where she's at.
Yeah, that's true. The John Peter, what's her name? Karen John Peter. Her response to Peter Ducey's questioning about that particular subject is amazing.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I've watched it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's amazing. That's like somebody you're looking at somebody talking to them and they got not a fly, a wasp on their face.
Yeah.
And you go, hey, you've got a wasp on your face, and they go, No, I do not. I do not have one. No, don't. You're about to get stung, okay? Yeah. That's what's about to happen. Oh. That's amazing.
Yeah, she was like looking for words to come back on, but man.
What you think, Pat?
What do you think, Pat? Yeah, Pat.
I think it's hilarious.
Okay, so you're on board with the Trump train now?
What?
Are you?
Oh, yeah, of course he is.
Oh, you're on board?
He's just hiding. He's just hiding. That's all that's happening. See?
I love,
you can't say no.
I love how many spokespeople I have speaking
for
me.
Him. You need him when you won't take a position for yourself.
I have taken a position.
Who are you voting for?
My position is one of secrecy.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful. That's beautiful.
In the great American tradition of voting.
No, that's a tradition. That's a tradition of cowardice. That's not voting.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
No.
He's going to ride.
No, you know what? You're right. It actually is your business. It is 100%. I agree with you completely, and I also know why you're doing it. So we're both right.
But here's the problem with that. With him doing that for his business, it affects my business, and I can't make no money. That's the problem here,
That is an issue, yeah.
That's an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to write in Mike Pence. I think that's who he's going to write in. He said he's going to write
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. He's a solid man.
Wait a minute. My position is impacting the garbage business?
Yes, it is.
Of course it does.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Everybody's votes impacts everybody's business. Are you trying to downplay his business? That seemed rude just now.
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Everybody's got a business.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, let me explain it to you, as my daddy says, real slow where you can understand. The price of fuel right now is outrageous. Yeah, the price of fuel is outrageous.
But Kamala's just waiting till she gets into office to.
Well, hey, when you convert to electric trucks, it won't be so bad.
Well, I'll tell you what. When them catch on fire with all that garbage, I'll be going to jail.
Yeah. You can't go up hills, but that shouldn't affect you in that part of the world.
No,
you should be fine.
Not an issue.
Not an issue. Yeah.
Just start up the hill and go down. Reverse your route.
There you go. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's affecting everybody. Yep, it's affecting everybody. Of course, Kamala, she has changed everything that she said she was against. Now she's for, which is mind-boggling. Everybody's, oh, okay, but they're trying to spin this thing as hard as they can. And this mail-in voting, I don't know what's going on with that. They're trying to change all that. Of course, they didn't do any stealing last year. Everything was fine. That's why they're changing all the voter laws and stuff. So we should be fine, right?
Right, Pat?
Yeah. Should not be a problem.
Stephen, did you just assume Packy's role?
Yeah, we birds of a feather, brother, flock together.
Hey,
Okay.
don't lump
All
me
right.
into your role. You're
Oh, hey, let's jump to a quick break right quick. Folks, y'all go check out Gary Chapman, singer-songwriter. He is a hoot, and you can follow him on Facebook. Always got something going on, and, man, one of our favorites, and everybody around here, we always get more comments on Wednesdays than ever, so feel free to do that. Today is Grayland Leak Detection and Plumbing. We appreciate them bringing the show. Y'all hang on. We'll be right back.
Now with more news for Western North Carolina and North Georgia, I'm Jeff Batten. Union County students serenaded a 26 by 52-foot home down 515 yesterday with the chant of "Move That House."
Really a life-changing event for our students to do all this for a family here in our community.
Superintendent John Hill watched as it left the school grounds. It was the second Habitat Panther house built by juniors and seniors in the Career Academy construction class.
Working on the house was a great experience. I learned a lot from my students.
That's Austin Keppen, one of 50 students, along with the 10 adults who played a part in building the 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. The family who lived there has not been selected from the applicants yet, but they do know they'll be living on Chapman Ford Road in the north part of Blairsville.
The lack of community housing here is very substantial, and being able to complete this and bring at least one home a year to the community is a huge effort, and it's a great accomplishment.
Habitat for Humanity Director Charlotte Randall says the goal is to build and deliver another one next year. The Hiawassee City Council approved funds for 3 projects last night, including $55,000 to hire a local contractor to dig up 1 foot on each side of water meters that were all installed before 1990. It's a part of the mandatory state survey of lead pipes, and that work is scheduled to begin in a few weeks. Please download the free WJRB app. For Hannah Von Hoff and Chris Hawkins, I'm Jeff Batten. You hear it and you can't find it. No, not your phone. We're talking about the leak near your spigot or somewhere else in the yard. Meanwhile, your $50 water bill is now $500. Grayland Leak Detection will find the leak. Grayland has the specialized equipment to find it and make the necessary repairs at a fraction of the cost of replacing your whole water system. Call Eric locally at Grayland, 706-897-9110, 706-897-9110, and find that leak once and for all.
You lay on it. You jump off it. You set sail from it. Your dock makes you happy. And Shores & More in Blairsville wants to make sure it brings you happiness for years. Search Shores & More on the internet to learn about new aluminum construction, boat lifts, jet ski ports, and more. Shores & More makes dock owning even better on Notley, Chattooga, and Blue Ridge. Yes, docks improve value, but they're also a ton of fun. So let's get started with Shores & More on the Murphy Highway.
Young Harris Water Sports and RV, now offering new RVs and boats from top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Cedar Creek, Godfrey Pontoons, Hurricane Deck Boats, Monterey Bowriders, Robalo Center Consoles, and more. Now offering a closeout sale on all 2023 boats and RVs. Young Harris Water Sports and RV has the largest service center and parts and accessories selection in the area, so there's no reason to leave the mountains. Young Harris Water Sports and RV, located at 3676 Highway 76, or online at yhmarineandrv.com. Let's go!
Warmer weather is coming, and that means you've got 50 places to go. And you're still in love with the truck that will get you there. So spring forward with accessories from Rose Auto in Blairsville.
Rose Auto.
Bed covers, towing systems, steps. Rose Auto has what you need to do it right. Just up from 515 on the Murphy Highway. Rose is the only way to get your ride to a ball game, a fishing trip, or an overnight camping trip.
Rose Auto.
Type in Rose Auto Accessories on Facebook. We're next to Mike's Seafood.
kitchen remodelers. What are those 3 wonderful words again?
Granite, quartz, and marble.
Exactly. See them all in one Young Harris showroom. Introducing Masterpiece Granite, right here in the Enchanted Valley. Stop by and make your selection from the best names in the industry.
New countertops arrive within a week. Go to MasterpieceGraniteLLC.com to see the samples for yourself.
Or Masterpiece Granite LLC on social media. 441 Plottown Road in Young Harris. 678-677-4974.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Smith, Packy's wife, and I want to share my incredible experience at Sentinel Plastic Surgery Med Spa in Blairsville. I recently got a Glow 2 facial, and it was so relaxing. The staff was wonderful, and Christine was so sweet. I noticed an immediate difference in my skin's texture and the size of my pores. My skin felt softer and looked clearer. Make sure to call the radio station and tell Packy to treat me to another day at Sentinel Plastic Med Spa in Blairsville, and make sure to treat yourself too. You won't regret it.
I just heard the screams down at your mailbox, and I know why. Your water bill is 8 times what it was last month. I bet it's a leak. Call Grayland Leak Detection at 706-897-9110. Get the water bill under control when you call Grayland Leak Detection and Plumbing Services.
All righty, we're back with you. Hope everybody's doing good. I want to kind of change the subject just a little bit here, Gary. You posted a God Bless America where you had sung that at some place last week. Where were you at? I mean, it was actually amazing.
That was actually at the Opry House, Grand Ole Opry House.
Really?
That was a 4th of July thing. I don't think it was last year.
Right.
May have been the year before last. Yeah, it was an amazing time. And it just seemed like the right thing to put up at the moment. The people in the room singing is
right.
what makes it amazing. I was okay. They were amazing. When I just backed off the mic and let them sing, oh my gosh, man, that's one of the most beautiful things I think I've ever heard personally.
It was really cool.
I've heard a lot of crap. I have. No, that thing I'm sitting here looking at right now, just checking. It got 35,000 views in a day. That's ridiculous.
I watched it. I thought it was really cool.
Did you watch it 35,000 times?
No, just once.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you need to go back and visit, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's awesome. I love it that something like that, so simple, so correct. And what I posted above it, I just said, no matter what anyone tells you, this is who we really are.
Right.
The fact that struck such a nerve
right.
is very encouraging.
Well, the
very
fact that
because I don't have a giant page. I have, I've got a respectful following, but I mean, granted, they're all rabid, but I don't have millions of people, right? And the fact that it did that, it says something really good about our country. It does.
The fact that that Facebook didn't take it down for
exactly, dude. I'm about to enter a different space that I just wanted to tell you about, so you can think about it and be aware. I've got an interview today with a fellow named Dr. Brian Hooker. He's the chief scientist for the Children's Defense Fund,
right?
RFK Jr.'s organization that he's had going for a long time.
Right.
Amazing guy. Reached out to me out of the blue on Facebook. I had no idea who he was, and I just because he sounded so interesting, the way that he communicated, it's like I said, why don't you DM me here? We need to talk.
Right.
Well, long story short, they do these full feature length films that they release, in theaters. It's limited release, but they get out there. They're called VAX.
Right.
They're VAX 1, VAX 2, VAX 3, predictably about all that information that got blocked.
Right.
But now, by their very own admission, Zuckerberg, basically saying, yeah, we did it.
He did it.
He did it, and now he said he did it, which opens him up, I think, to the largest class action lawsuit in the history of mankind. But that's another subject. So when Take This Jab and Shove It, remember that little song I put out?
Yeah.
That got squashed more than anything ever that I've ever done creatively. And when I got on the phone with Dr. Hooker, I had sent him a link to that. I got on the phone with him. The first thing he said was, I had no idea that was you. That's our anthem. Right. I said, what do you mean our anthem? Who's us?
Right.
He said, everybody in this community that is doing work to get the truth out on what happened with the whole pandemic and all that junk that came down, which is still yet to be revealed. But boy, I tell you what, it's worse than anybody ever imagined.
So now, is this a podcast you're going on, or you're just going to meet him and talk to him about?
No, I'm going on his podcast at noon, and as nearly as I can tell, because I control the copyright, and I've already said, yeah, go after it. Vax 3, which comes out literally in 2 weeks, thanks to digital, the ability to quickly change things and digital release in that world. Take this jab and shove it is the closing theme.
Oh, that'd be cool. So now
when it gets close to it, RFK Jr. is gonna tweet it out on X. Well, that ain't gonna hurt it any.
No, that's gonna help.
No, it's just awesome. It's just awesome. Kind of stumbled into it.
So now, how do we get a hold of this? I mean, you gonna post it on Facebook, or you gonna get a link?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll put a link up.
He
sent me a link to the actual movie to watch it, so that I, just make sure I'm not jumping in some water that might burn me. And it probably will burn me, quite frankly, but I don't care.
Has that ever stopped you before?
I was going to ask you when you were last worried about being burned, Gary.
Good point. Yeah. No, my skin's just almost completely asbestos at this point, so I'm okay.
Well, that's
it's awesome. I'm so grateful. It's a God thing.
Yeah. Now, have you seen the movie Reagan yet? I went and seen it over the weekend. Reagan.
Yeah, I'm not to gloat. I saw it 3 months ago.
Oh, well, okay. We saw it 3 months ago. Yeah.
And I actually saw it 2 years ago. I saw a rough cut of it and knew then, okay, if you guys finish this the way you started it, it's going to be great. And it is. Good grief. Everybody should go see that movie. If you love this country and you love history and you have any inclination to hope that God is actually in charge of what's going on, you should go watch that movie. It's awesome.
It was kind of crazy, though. I was sitting there watching it, and it was like bringing back memories, because I remember when all the stuff that was going on. That was during my time, the heyday of Reagan, and I just remembered a lot of the stuff that was going on and all that. But man, he was, I feel like Donald Trump's a lot like Reagan, and they can laugh at me if you want to. The only difference is Reagan had a sense of humor. I mean, he did, and people really liked Reagan. And but far as the way he sees America first, I feel like him and Reagan is pretty much the same on that. Do you argue that?
I can argue the only thing that really matters, the darkness is just as afraid, if not more afraid, of Trump than they were of Reagan.
Right.
In that sense, they are identical. They both absolutely rattled the cage of the industrial war-making complex that has completely corrupted our entire nation from the top to the bottom, inside and out. I'm all for fighting somebody that's got it coming. But when you go around the world starting wars just so you can spend tax dollars on a war machine and kill people unnecessarily, I have a problem with that. And that has been happening for decades.
Over and over and over. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they both rattled that cage hard, real hard, and it's about to get worse. Thank God.
Yeah, I hope, man. I don't know. Everybody, of course, you got your statistics there, and I don't know how any more. You never know how accurate your, the polls are and this, that, and other. But
these particular numbers are historically actually very accurate. It's the YouGov numbers. Those in a general sense are pretty good.
Right.
Here's one more quick one you should know. If Kamala improves her YouGov numbers by 30% between now and Election Day, she's got a chance, but she's got a chance on the popular vote, but she's still going to get blown out in the Electoral College.
So when is the debate? Gary, go ahead, Pat.
I was wondering how you justify what you said about wars and Reagan, given the Iran and Contra affair.
Absolutely, that's a great question. No, it's not like anybody can't make a mistake. How do you know what information he got or didn't get, and how much of it was accurate or manipulative to cause that decision? How do you know that?
Well, it's the same as saying that there was no wars under Trump.
How many wars did Trump start?
They're not saying he started wars.
Well, it sounded like it. What you just said sounded like
there was
he
no
started
wars.
and he did not. He finished up a couple.
I'm with you. What wars did he start, Pat?
He didn't.
I didn't say he started them.
It did sound like it.
People are saying that there were no wars under the 4 years that Trump was the president.
That is the truth in the sense that he never started one.
Well, if they wanted to say that, they should have said that at the front end.
I think you're the only one who said that, Pat. If you'd show me somebody who said there was no war under Trump, I mean, I'd like to see what you're talking about.
That's the first. That literally is the first.
I think that's just you, man.
He himself says we didn't start any wars. No wars started in my administration.
He said, I have a big red button too, and mine actually works.
Yeah, he did do that.
He does quite proudly, I'll say. And pride is definitely one of his issues, I would imagine. But he does quite proudly say often about how he got rid of ISIS very, very quickly. What everybody thought was going to be the caliphate, and that all of the Middle East was going to go Muslim. And oh my God, now it's on. Yeah. No, didn't happen.
Well,
he blowed him up. He blowed him up real good.
If you look at this Biden administration and just one thing after another, just taking the country down, we're the laughing stock. But and then you see the people that's talking about Trump when he was in interviews where he was with China and Russia, and when he just laid it on the line. Like if y'all try anything, you see these big beautiful buildings right here, they'll be gone. And they respect that. That's what they respect. Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of all they respect.
Yeah,
because if you live in that harsh of a culture, well, I mean it's harsh because they created it. They made it that way.
Right.
And that's the only thing that they understand.
Right.
It's the only thing. It's not just their people, it's them. This may change it. I may have to backtrack on everything. I just read John McCain's son endorses Kamala.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's it.
Done.
That's the plug. That's the plug she was looking for. By golly, that'll do it.
Oh, man.
No, I cannot wait for this. When's the debate? I'm so ready for this debate.
When is the debate? Pull it up, Packy. You got the computer.
It's in a week. I don't remember.
I think it's next Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think it's next Tuesday.
Well, I mean, I know her handlers don't want her there. They're trying their best to get out of this. I still think. Do you not? I mean,
Here's the thing. They're going to prep. They're going to give her the questions. They're going to rehearse answer after answer after answer. You cannot talk to all the people that tried to plan for any Category 5 hurricane.
Right.
No, we'll be able to do it. We've got water. We've got food. Oh my God, we don't have a house. It's gone. No, you can't plan for that kind of devastation, and that's what he will bring. He's got the facts. He's got the cojones, and those two combined will destroy her as long as he doesn't lose his mind and lose control of his emotions. And I don't think he will.
I hope he stays under control because I know he gets aggravated. But here's the thing, and I feel like this, and I feel like Packy does. Of course, Pat don't, but I feel like she's got the questions. I feel like she's already got the questions that are going to be answered. Asked. I think they're already on the table, and that's what they're working on. I mean, I honestly feel like that because they're so tied in with the network that's doing the debate. I don't see how it cannot be.
Any reasonable person can figure out the general categories of the questions that they're going to ask. So don't give me that stuff. She's got the questions.
The phrasing of the questions is everything. Everything. Everything.
Okay, if that's
in
true,
how you
Pat,
present the question.
Why did
it's how you go ahead?
Sorry, Gary. Why did they give Hillary Clinton the questions though? If she could have just figured it out the first time around.
Who gave her the questions?
Donna Brazile, I think, who it was.
Yeah, Donna Brazile. What was she? She was the head of the Democratic Party.
But she got a hold of him somehow.
How'd she get the question?
She was on the advisory committee for the
Dude,
debate.
they got busted giving her the questions. That was like news all over the place. Where were you at?
And
I'm not denying that she got the questions. She got them from Donna Brazile, who was on the committee that oversaw that debate.
Okay. And so when she got asked to be on that committee, nobody mentioned to anybody on the committee, hey, by the way, you're on this committee to help us organize this thing and make it fair for everybody, but don't do stupid stuff like, giving your candidate the questions.
Hey, I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know how bright or stupid Donna Brazil is.
Well,
okay, so where we're having a debate? Is it ABC?
It is.
And who is connected to ABC? The head
George
honcho
Stephanopoulos.
and all of the head honchos that support Kamala are big backers from ABC. So if you actually having it on your newscast, your news channel that's owned by Kamala Harris backers, do you not really? I mean, it's even be easier for her to get the questions than it would be before when Hillary was there. Would you not think?
Yeah,
give me the ownership of ABC again. Who owns ABC, Stephen?
Well, you're trying to paint him into a corner, and I get that. But if you'll bother to actually look it up, Pat, you'll see that he's not yanking your chain. It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. They're completely in the tank, very much so. And the fact that Donald Trump,
I thought ABC was owned by Disney.
No, yeah, it is. You're right, Pat. Her name is Dana Walden, and she's a senior Disney executive whose portfolio includes ABC News, is one of Vice President Kamala Harris' quote extraordinary friends. And that is according to the New York Times, which we trust.
Now who's in the dang corner? Now who's in the corner, Pat?
What does it mean when they say it? I've got friends that are in the opposition.
Okay, now I know you're.
But do you have extraordinary friends?
Oh, no, I'm not yanking your chain. I'm just calling you out.
Oh, I've got extraordinary friends. I do have some. I've got some extraordinary friends. No, here's the thing. It doesn't matter. Once again, that television studio and all of those executives, whether they are friends with her or not, and her and all the people that are going to be on stage, all that whole mechanism is still in the path of a Category 5 hurricane by the name of Donald John Trump. And they can't prepare for what he's got in him. They can't.
Well, let's go.
Just wait and see. We'll see. We'll have this conversation a week from today. We'll have this conversation. It'll be great.
Gary, I think that I agree with 98% of everything that you say. But as far as it being a close race, I mean, as far as him being in the lead and going to win and all that, no, I disagree. I think I think they're going to maybe. I think in reality, yeah. But I mean, they're going to cheat like crazy, mail in illegals, all that stuff.
Well, you talk about ABC owned by Walt Disney. I mean, that ought to be a question mark right there. I mean, that's such a nice organization that's for our kids.
It's a real family-friendly.
Family-friendly organization. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't see a problem with that at all. What do you think, Pat?
What do you think, Pat?
What do you think, Pat?
You asked Packy or me?
Oh, I thought you said Pat.
No, ask Pat. I know what Packy thinks.
Okay, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Have you been to the the Wednesday morning Bible studies they do there at the Disney offices?
No, I didn't even know they had them.
He also thinks
they don't. That's why you hadn't been there.
He also thinks perfectly normal should be in the kids' library.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah.
Golly.
That's perfectly normal. Perfectly normal.
We have got to get to a quick break, folks. Grayland Leak Detection and Plumbing is bringing you the show today. Y'all go check out Gary Chapman, singer-songwriter. He's going to be a live podcast today, sometime around 12. He's going to post that on his Facebook page, so you want to watch that for sure. And we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
You hear it, and you can't find it. No, not your phone. We're talking about the leak near your spigot or somewhere else in the yard. Meanwhile, your $50 water bill is now $500. Grayland Leak Detection will find the leak. Grayland has the specialized equipment to find it and make the necessary repairs at a fraction of the cost of replacing your whole water system. Call Eric locally at Grayland, 706-897-9110, 706-897-9110, and find that leak once and for all.
When Cecil Nelson started Nelson Tractor in 1949, he knew that staying true to your word and putting the customer first is what mattered. It's a tradition that still exists today. It's the reason we carry Kubota construction and agricultural equipment. Kubota shares that passion and commitment. Kubota's high levels of performance and reliability have served our customers for decades. Nelson Tractor, experience the difference.
There's honey-do lists and there's honey I can't do this lists. Heavy digging, tree stump removal, driveway grading. Call Mike in Blairsville. Mike Whittemore runs Georgia Mountain Grading and he loves big jobs. Erosion control, culverts, and digging. Yeah, digging. We covered that already. Georgia Mountain Grading. They're insured and they answer when you call. Fast estimates at 706-994-0543 for Georgia Mountain Grading. 706-994-0543.
Today is National Do Something Delicious for Yourself Day. Actually, I just made that up, but you really can't forget to celebrate you. So McDonald's is making it easier to give yourself a little pat on the back. Right now, treat yourself to any size soft drink or Southern-style sweet tea for just $1. Only available in the McDonald's app. It's like giving yourself a high five while also holding a nice cold drink. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through 12/31/24. Participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards.
So, how do you know your tax resolution specialist is good at what she does? It's when other CPAs call and say,
"Help, Debbie! I don't know how to battle the IRS like you do."
North Georgia Tax Solutions just recently took over a case and saved the client $82,000. Debbie did it and continues to do it for her clients.
Call Debbie Snelling at North Georgia Tax Solutions, whether it's hundreds or millions of dollars you owe. Call 706-745-3856 in Blairsville.
S&S Smoothies and Supplements is hard at work every day, offering over 30 smoothie flavors to choose from, thousands of supplements, healthy snacks, quality CBD products, and more. Save 25% or more on PB8 Probiotic. Improve your digestive health with this blend of beneficial bacteria, promoting a balanced gut flora. And look for Nature's Plus Trace Mins. These minerals are designed to support overall health and well-being. S&S Smoothies and Supplements in the Merchants Walk in Blairsville. Smoothies, supplements, and a whole lot more.
Wednesday morning is a good time to get to the bottom of why your water bill is so high. If it is, call Grayland Leak Detection at 706-897-9110. Get the water bill under control when you call Grayland Leak Detection and Plumbing Services.
All righty, we're back with you. Hope everybody's doing good. We got Gary Chapman, singer-songwriter from Nashville, Tennessee, and Pat Malone all the way from Greenville, South Carolina, and Stephen Phillips right here in the little town of Young Harris. But, hey, we talk about movies, City of Dreams. This City of Dreams that they're trying to get out right now. I don't know if it's out yet or fixing to come out. It's right at the verge of coming out. If it's not, but it exposes the sex trafficking and all the trafficking going on. Are y'all following anything on that?
Yeah, enough that I sure want to see it. I think it's supposed to be out by now, isn't it?
I'm thinking it's I don't know when it's coming out, but I would definitely like to see it.
August I thought 30th, it was already out.
August 30th was the release, so it's been out for a few days.
So is this going to be in movie theaters, or is this something we got to dig up on the net?
Let me see here. Yes, it's going to be in the theaters.
Okay.
Let's see if it's in any of them that I know, because I want to go see it.
I definitely want to go see that. I know Reagan has made a big splash. They're talking about how it's done on the opening time, so that'll be good. But I would like to see that. That's kind of an eye-opener where they're talking about nothing's going on at the border and everything is fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's okay. It's all right. Walt Disney's got it under control. No problem whatsoever. I reckon Elon Musk, or Elon, I like him. They're talking about the Office of Efficiency. So, he cut 90%, according to what I'm thinking, of his staff at Twitter, and he's talking about maybe doing 95% of the staff at the government at this point. Well, I mean, I think that's a good move. 95% of the government could go. I don't think we'd have an issue with that. Do you?
I don't. Not at all. I really hope he does that. Yeah. I hope he absolutely does that. And we're about to find out, maybe, if they put that whole SAVE Act, the voter protection thing, if they put that in the budget, which has to get, I guess, resolved by September, 22nd or so?
Right.
If they put that in there, the Democrats are not going to vote for it. So the government will shut down, and we'll get to see what it'll do on a wing and a prayer, because, there's some essential stuff that keeps going. But their technical shutdown is nothing like he's going to do. It's not. There's a whole bunch of fat, man. There's a bunch of fat.
So what is the essentials? What the essential stuff that keeps going? What keeps going on the essential stuff?
I think the military keeps going.
All right, cool with that.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's my list.
Okay, I'm good with that. I'm fine. I'm good.
No, there's probably a few things we ought to pay attention to, but not nearly as many as we're diverted by at this moment.
Oh, I know. One thing after another. I read where the
What do you think, Pat? What do you think about government getting smaller versus larger?
Well, if you look at the Constitution, the only two departments that are actually in the Constitution are the Department of State and the Department of Defense.
There you go.
That's all.
And that is the limited role of the federal government, and all other duties are assigned to the states.
Okay, once again, somebody make a note. Pat and I completely agree.
Hey, Pat,
Absolutely
what about the
agree.
Department of Section 8 Housing? That's in there, too, isn't it? Did you see that one in there, Stephen?
Which one?
The Department of Section 8 Housing in the Constitution.
Yeah, it needs
in
to
there,
go.
too.
Yeah, it's in there. We need to get rid of that.
Defense and Section 8 Housing. I think those are the two.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, we got a report that the fat guy, Kim Jong-un, or whatever his name is, reportedly ordered dozens of officials executed after the deadly floods. They were not ready, and he put them to death. Are you reading in on that? Did y'all hear? This is actually on Fox News. He's like,
well, you know.
You believe anything that comes out of North Korea?
Well, I don't know. I could adapt to this, I think. This is probably a pretty good way to get people to come to work at 8 o'clock in the morning instead of 12.
Right up your alley, isn't it?
That's what I'm thinking. You screw up, you're out of here. Yeah, in a big way. I don't know if it's true or not, but I reckon they had some floods over there and they wasn't ready for it. So he said, hey, y'all ain't no good. You're out of here. I mean, I know it sounds bad, but boy, that'd make you want to do your job, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And we're having people won't work at all. Why would people not work? Everywhere you go, people's like, we can't get employees. We cannot get employees. Of course, they've got workforce housing coming to our part of the country. That's going to save the day because we know all them folks coming there, they're going to work. But how does people live? Where are they getting their money from? What is going on? I mean, nobody will work.
Seriously, we want to know. we're tired of going to work.
Those of us who are working want to know where their money is going. No, you know what? It looks like he actually did do that. He executed 30 officials. Well, they won't do that again.
No.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what do you want? He's a cruel, evil despot. They do those things.
Yeah.
They do those things all the time. We do things just as horrible, and then we pile a sin on top of it. We hide it.
Yeah, you hide it. And then when you find out about it, you promote the person in trouble. That's what you do. You promote the
Absolutely.
person.
Well, they need a bigger job.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the City of Dreams, at least in my part of the world, it's everywhere. It's in every theater I can look for. Yeah.
Really? I need to check here.
It's out.
Pull it up and see if it's anywhere around here. Pat, you got Packy, you got the whatever it's called.
I think it's a computer.
Computer,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you've seen it, you say, I don't know, he's pretty tight.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, I reckon now California voted down the sales tax thing on the tips for tax. They voted that down according to what I'm reading. Yep.
Well,
that's ain't
like
that what?
somebody needed another reason to get out of California.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're not going to have you. They're still going to tax tips. That's what they voted.
Rejected to eliminate the sales tax on tips.
I don't know.
And this is from Carmela's home state.
I know, but I don't really understand that. Like, so if you get a bonus from your job, right? Your job says, "Hey, here's your Christmas bonus," and it's $5,000 or whatever. But they're going to tax you on that, right? That's a tip, isn't it? Why is that any different than a tip?
Well,
even if it's $10 worth of 10,000, I don't understand why that should.
That would be the question. You're right, but that would also be something that they've already put into their business plan, and they're making you feel like you got something when in fact it was probably a raise you were due and didn't get technically. But that's a different thing than me sitting on a street corner playing a song and you dropping a 20 in my guitar case so I can go to camp.
Right.
That's a very, very different
But a lot
thing.
of the stuff now, though, is all like Venmo, and they tip you through, like a lot of the thing, or I mean, the majority of it's credit cards. I mean, that's where most
that's something that I don't do. I never put the tip on a credit card. I always put cash on the table. I don't know why. It's just maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I always put cash on the table. I feel like cash is king. And I don't know about y'all, but a lot of folks
put your quarter down and you leave.
I put my quarter down, upside down.
That's right, and leave. Yeah. Well, you're kind of hosing yourself a little bit there because that if it happened to be a deductible dinner that you were enjoying, which, you know, if you're a songwriter, everything's deductible because I'm inspired everywhere I go.
That beer was a business expense. I gotta have it to play.
I got a song idea. Give me another beer. No, yeah. No, so you're leaving some money on the table, not just for them in the form of cash. You're leaving it for the government. They're going to take more. Right. Don't deduct more. Yeah.
I just think a lot of this stuff's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like, it doesn't really make much sense. Like Australia just passed that thing where it's the work week thing. Did you see that? It's where the bosses can't call you after 5.
Right, after 5.
You know, and it kind of is like, oh yeah, that's great. But at the same time, they're just going to load you up before you get off work or make you do more work before 5, or, you know, like they're still going to get what they want out of you. It's just going to make it harder for people. So a lot of these things that they're talking about, like, it really doesn't make any sense. It's just trying. I mean, it's just trying to get votes.
So all the bosses out there listening are evil?
Most of them, yeah.
Okay.
No, I have no idea.
No, but really, aren't they, Pat? I mean, are the bosses going to demand less work now? Is that really what's going to happen, Mr. Pragmatist?
Well, here's the thing. Y'all talking about that after 5. You can't even get people to work till 5. Are you kidding? I mean, they don't even show up. I mean, this is nonsense. You can't get people to work. People will not work. And you can ask anybody in this area, how about in your part of the country? I mean, you having a problem getting people to work up there? I mean,
you know, we're in an interesting bubble that I don't think necessarily, certainly doesn't show up on the news. For the most part, where I live, people work.
Right.
They work. And,
they work in our area too. Stephen just doesn't recognize it. I don't know how you don't have people. You can claim that people aren't working when you got less than 3% unemployment.
I don't care what they're reading on that there, Pat, and I might be out of the loop, but let me tell you something. Hold on a minute. I talked to employers that are in this area, and they cannot keep help. They cannot keep help. And that's coming from some of the bigger industries up here that's saying they cannot keep help. People don't want to work. When they get there, they want to sit around, smoke cigarettes, and move to the top. I'm telling you, people will not work. Everywhere you look, there is a help wanted sign.
There. The work ethic, the overall work.
But that's entirely different than getting people to hired. You're saying I'm hiring people and then they won't work.
And then they leave.
Yeah.
And then they quit.
Yeah.
And then
what we really have is not people that won't accept a job. We have really, really degraded work ethic.
Right.
Well, I agree with that.
But here,
we don't have that as much. We don't have that as much here. Sorry.
That's at all levels too.
But he's counting all this employment's up. They forget that, I hired 3 people this week, and 3 people did not come back to work after I hired them. But they're counting the 3 people they hired, but they ain't counting the fact that them 3 they hired didn't even show up. So, I mean, it's bogus.
Yeah. And the other thing that we can't forget, don't ever forget this, and it's real easy to get to the bottom of it. All those numbers that we base all our opinions on, the 3%, the 2%, the whatever percent, all those numbers, all those monthly job numbers, every single one of them gets revised down after a month or 2 or 3 or a year or 2 or 3. They're all revised down. They're lying. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, they're lying.
I think so too. Yep.
So why are we arguing about what they're lying about?
I guess you're right. Of course, Pat, if it's on CNN, Pat believes it.
Oh, speaking of which, Pat, you got to be excited. You got to be excited. I can see it in your face. I'm sitting here looking. Yep.
Yeah, he's excited.
So, Brian Stelter coming back to CNN. He's bringing all of his gifts. He's bringing them all back to CNN. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, it is exciting. Yeah, we're going to have a confetti and balloon drop now.
Yes, indeed. Yes, we are.
Oh, boy.
No, you know who's excited about that is Greg Gutfeld.
Yeah.
He will roast that poor man every single night.
He's roasted everybody on CNN with his ratings, right?
Yeah. No, he's killing them. Yeah. It's interesting how people respond to humor and honesty. When you combine them, people flock to it.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. All right, folks, we got to take one more break. We're going to give something away today, Pat.
Yeah, we've got some. Let's see, what is today? Let's do some S&S smoothies or the Tin Roof. You can choose either one of those, and you got to call 706-379-9770. Gary Chapman's going to get us some form of trivia question.
Oh, Gary,
right,
it's
Gary?
in your field this time. You got to come up with a question.
Oh, crap. All right, whatever. I'll do one.
See, it's hard to find good help, man. Work ethic.
See, he doesn't even want to work, man.
Do I have to come up with it right now?
Right now, man. We'll be right back. You got 3 minutes. We'll be right back. Y'all get ready to go.
Okay, I can do it. I can do it in 3 minutes.
We want to thank Grayland Leak Detection and Plumbing, and y'all hang in.
You hear it and you can't find it. No, not your phone. We're talking about the leak near your spigot or somewhere else in the yard. Meanwhile, your $50 water bill is now $500. Grayland Leak Detection will find the leak. Grayland has the specialized equipment to find it and make the necessary repairs at a fraction of the cost of replacing your whole water system. Call Eric locally at Grayland, 706-897-9110, 706-897-9110, and find that leak once and for all.
Union General Health System continues to invest in the healthcare of our community. Did you know Shattuck Regional Hospital in Hiawassee has in place a state-of-the-art MRI machine? No need to drive to Atlanta or out of the area to diagnose the discomfort that you're feeling. So, start your scan here at Shattuck Regional Hospital. More than a half-century of caring for this community. That's Union General Health System and Shattuck Regional Hospital in Hiawassee.
Club 66 in Young Harris is a great place to have a beer, shoot a game of pool, and meet new friends. But did you know that while you're having fun at Club 66, you're also supporting a nonprofit organization that helps out with local charities like veterans groups, toy drives, and more? Ride in to Club 66 on 2 wheels or 3 wheels and get $3 beers every day of the week. $3 beers for everyone on Saturdays. Search for Club 66 on Facebook to find out more about their events or to stop by and see them. At Club 66, they believe in God, country, and the Second Amendment.
Surprise your family and guests tonight with the best and freshest selection of seafood anywhere. If you haven't been by Margarita Jack's in Hayesville, then you're about the only one. Their customers are raving about snow crab legs, shrimp, oysters, lobster, fresh fish, and more. How do you place an order? Easy. LakeChatoogaSeafood.com. That's LakeChatoogaSeafood.com. Just a quick trip up 175 to Hayesville. From the ocean to the mountains, that's Lake Shattuck Seafood at Margarita Jack's Marina tonight.
West Tubing Company is back and ready to kick off the season. Come to Brasstown Creek. Enjoy locally sourced food, our full bar, and shopping at the Outpost. We also offer camping and glamping, venue rentals for your special occasions. West Tubing Company. Now ready for another great season. Come join us on Old Highway 64 in Warren, North Carolina. A short trip from anywhere in the mountains. As our slogan states, we are not your ordinary tubing company.
Blue Ridge Mountain EMC recently completed fiber optics internet construction in a large area of Union County. Members on Town Creek School Road, Richard Russell Scenic Highway, Liberty Church Road, Arkaquah Road, Track Rock Gap Road, Stevens Road, Bald Mountain Creek Road, Jacks Gap, Fane Branch, Crump Creek, Low Gap, and Old Sullivan Road are now able to get fiber optics internet service through Blue Ridge Mountain EMC. Get the mountain's fastest and most reliable internet service now. Visit brmemc.com/union for more information.
I just heard the screams down at your mailbox and I know why. Your water bill is 8 times what it was last month. I bet it's a leak. Call Grayland Leak Detection at 706-897-9110. Get the water bill under control when you call Grayland Leak Detection and Plumbing Services.
All righty, we're back with you. Hope everybody's doing good. I'd like to tell everybody I sure have enjoyed my time on the morning dish because the boss man just pulled in the driveway, and this could be my last show, so I'd just like to throw that out there. All right, what is the question of the day there, Gary Chapman? You got to turn your mic on where we can hear you.
You know, it's interesting how that works. So we're gonna ask a question that will let us get into a subject. It's a timely question. People should know the answer, should be easy to get. What is the name of the city in Colorado where the Venezuelan gangs have taken over apartment complexes?
Oh, how about that? 706-379-9770. What city is it where the Venezuelan gangs? I hope I said that right. That didn't happen. Close. That's fake news, ain't it? Ain't that fake news?
No.
No. And it's coming to a town close to you. Coming to a town close to you. So anyway.
They're trying to do it in Chicago, which should be interesting.
Yeah. Well, they shouldn't have a problem.
I think the people in Chicago may be slightly more resistant than their first target.
Well,
we'll see.
They don't have any guns up there in Chicago. So of course
yeah, right.
They had.
How do they have so many murders with guns?
What was yesterday, day before yesterday? You had 4 people shot dead on the subway train.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it was 5. Was it 4 or 5?
I don't know. Something like that.
That's unbelievable. Just out of the blue, somebody.
I'm telling you, guns are dangerous. They just jump up and shoot you. You got to watch them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
706-379-9770.
We've got a real treat for you. S&S Smoothies and the Tin Roof. You can either eat healthy or you can eat even healthier or eat some ice cream. That's a cool place to hang out, no doubt. So they're thinking on both sides. You got something for the wife, which is all the health stuff, and something for the old man, all the ice cream. I love it. Yep, I love it. So, and the phone lines are ringing. Don't forget, tonight, Gary Chapman, singer-songwriter, live on Facebook with his what do y'all call that? Wednesday worship? What is?
Yeah, we call it World Wide Web Wednesday worship, and we're just thinking, it won't change what we do. We're actually thinking of changing it to Thursday. We have a lot of people that their kids either go to youth group at night,
Wednesdays,
or their church actually has a Wednesday night service. I didn't know anybody did that anymore, but apparently people do.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're thinking of moving it to Thursdays. We'll see. We'll let you know. We'll learn, but tonight we're there.
All right. Who we got, Puddin'?
We got Copeland this morning.
Copeland, what's going on?
Well, I called in as the old fire chief. Then I laid an H on Puddin'. That didn't work, and I just went Copeland.
Okay.
Boulder, Colorado, this house.
Colorado.
Yeah,
that's the state.
Venezuelans took over the province.
Yeah.
There you go.
What city?
Boulder,
Colorado.
Am I right?
So, no, you're not right.
Come on,
Sorry
Big H.
that.
You can do better than that.
You can do it. You can do it.
Boulder, Denver?
Mm-hmm.
It probably will be Boulder in a week. I mean, it probably will happen.
Yeah,
but...
give it a minute.
Boys, I had Boulder on the brain, so they showed just breakfast time and a little more coffee.
There you go. He said Denver too. Is it Denver?
No,
it's a suburb of Denver. Can I give him a hint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If there was an amazing phenomenon that I have personally seen way up in the northern hemisphere that happened in the sky, where the lights turn different colors and just wild stuff in the sky at certain times of the year, and you named it, the last name of it was Borealis. What would the first name be?
Rocktail Road.
Jeez.
I'll see you, boys.
All right, Big H, be
Thanks,
good.
man. There's the music.
All right, Gary, we'll see you tonight, brother. Thank you so much,
God
man.
bless.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Take
Pat,
care.
go back to bed, brother.
I'm going.
All right, we'll see y'all in the morning. Y'all take care.
Aurora.